I feel like Lethal Cosmetics just created one of the most iconic collabs, at least for me, when it comes to IP releases. So if you guys want to see swatches, eye looks, hear my first impressions on the new Lethal Cosmetics X Dexter collab, then just keep watching. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I have a passion for makeup, and if you like all things makeup, especially new releases, this is a place for you. Highly recommend subscribing to my channel so you don't lose me in this big old YouTube machine. Also hit that notification bell if you want to be notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. You guys, I feel like at this point we've seen it all and things can get a little repetitive, but this collection is so fun and iconic. I just unboxed everything, swatched everything, did my Instagram and B-roll, and I was really enjoying myself. They put so much detail into this collection, so I'm super duper excited to show it to you guys, and I have close-ups and swatches. In case you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about, Lethal Cosmetics, which is a German-based indie brand, has collabed with the TV show Dexter, and I actually watched the entire show back in the day, and I think it's still maybe on Netflix. I'm not 100% sure. I was kind of thinking I should go back and watch some of the episodes, but it's right up my alley because I think it's about a coroner in Florida and basically his kind of vigilante justice. So you're kind of rooting for the good guy who's sometimes, well, mostly all of the time, really blurs the lines between good and evil. I don't want to spoil it. It's not really a spooky show. It's definitely more of like a true crime. Would I call it a thriller? It's been a hot second since I've seen the show, but I think it's really good. I really enjoy true crime detective shows, so this one was good for me, and so I would recommend it, but definitely proceed with caution. I don't know what everybody's into here, so I'm just gonna say be prepared for some gory stuff. So anyway, I have the collection. I want to show it to you guys. So let's get into close-ups and swatches. So there are some nail polishes that are a part of this collection that I don't have. It looks like they have 3 shades. So there's Lizard Brand, which is a milky white base with a peachy gold shimmer that glows in the dark. That's so cool. Mangrove Drive is a sheer pink blue duochrome with holo particles. And then we have the Code, which is a deep red base with a bright red magnetic effect. And they also have a magnetic stick that is going to be part of the collection so you can activate the nail polishes. So that product I don't have with me, and these are going to retail for like 14 to 15 euros. So keep that in mind. And then we have the Kill Tools makeup brush set. So if you are a fan of the show, you probably know he has a set of knives and they are in this like, I don't even know, packet, whatever, how these brushes are packaged, very accurate to how he keeps his knives in the show. So it's a set of 10 brushes inspired by Dexter's Kill Tools, and it retails for $49. I feel like this video is going to get demonetized for the amount of times I have to say the word unalive, so I'll maybe use the word unalive. So it says it's inspired by Dexter's unaliving tools. The handle of the brush features a highly reflective silver and a pointed edge for a sharp stainless steel look. The bristles are soft and tinted in black to red gradient for a freshly dipped in blood effect. So definitely get that like cold vibe of a unaliver with this brush set. I'm so excited to use it, and we have 10 brushes there. Now the next thing is the Luminol liquid highlighter, and I have it swatch on the back of my hand. This does transfer. I was rubbing it with my hand, so I'm curious to know like what people will use this for. I feel like it's a very like color shifting, so I don't know if it's like too much to put on all over your face. I mean, yeah, you'd be glowing like a vampire if you use this all over your face, so it'll be interesting. I'll definitely try it out for my makeup look, but it is an iridescent liquid highlighter that shifts mint, blue, violet, and has a glistening finish. It's gonna retail for $23 and it's inspired by the chemical used by forensic investigators to detect trace amounts of blood at crime scenes, capturing its blue glow with a mint blue and violet shifting effect. And then we have the lip stains, which are so exciting. So these are a new lip stain, the perfect blend of vibrant color and long-lasting wear, infused with a moisturizing hyaluronic acid, betaine, and aloe vera to keep your lips supple. This lightweight formula glides on effortlessly, delivering a stunning smudge-proof finish that lasts all day. Whether you're going for a bold look or a subtle tint, our lip stains offer buildable coverage to suit every occasion. So these are $14 and the tube has a transparent design inspired by forensic test tubes with an evidence label printed on the side of the tube and a bloody fingerprint in red foil stamped on the lid. So we have Born in Blood, which represents Dexter's traumatic memory of his childhood, and Dark Passenger, which describes Dexter's need to kill. So one of the shades is definitely more corally, and then the other one is more of a dried blood effect, if you ask me. So next we have the lip oils, which I'm actually wearing one of the lip oils today. The shade Aconite. It's a sheer black with multicolored shimmer particles. And then we have M99, which is a sheer orange with multicolored shimmer particles. So this is also a new go-to irresistibly soft and hydrating lip oil. This lightweight non-sticky formula is enriched with nourishing almond oil, cocoa butter, and vitamin E, providing a burst of moisturizer and a subtle shimmer that glistens in the sunlight, perfect for everyday wear or as a final touch for your favorite lip color. It's going to retail for $14.50, and I've had this lip oil on for a few minutes now, probably a little under a half an hour, and I feel like it feels really good. My lips were so chapped, I wanted to throw something on, and this lip oil was perfect. So this tube has a transparent design inspired by syringes with an ml content scale printed onto the side of the tube and a bloody fingerprint again. And we have M99 is Dexter's tranquilizer used to sedate his victims, and Aconite is a poison used later in the show. So that is the lip oils, which are a high contender for a favorite product. And then last but certainly not least, I had to save the eyeshadow palette for the very end. We have the Dexter palette. This is an 11 pan eyeshadow palette inspired by Dexter's Blood Slide box, and a truly unique collector's item. I totally agree. I feel like it's been a hot second since I've come across a palette with some really kooky packaging. I kind of love this because it is a collector's item. If you're a fan of the show, you're really going to enjoy this. It's going to retail for $54, which I think is a great price point. It is under that like $60 mark, so I feel like it's again a pretty attainable price point. Inspiration for this is Dexter's Blood Slide box, capturing the wooden finish, unique latch closure, and the blood slides represented by the eyeshadows with a blood drop debossed into each shade. The names represent a selection of his victims. The color story, divided into two parts, ranges from blood-inspired warm reds to silver grays and dark shades that represent Dexter's MO. Example, Unalive Tools, Plastic Wrap, Hunting at Night. Both color stories meet in the middle with a snow white shade mixed with red speckles, inspired by his day job as a blood spatter analyst. Okay, so he's a blood spatter analyst. And then the shades are Nurse Mary, which is a deep blood red matte, Harry, a medium deep crimson red matte, Tooth Fairy is a red, orange, gold multichrome. Dokes is a scarlet red matte. Rita is a orange, gold, light green multichrome. Trinity, snow white metallic with red speckles. ITK, highly reflective silver. Lila, medium grage matte. Miguel, cool tone gray matte. Deborah is a deep gray with red, orange, green multichrome and a sparkly metallic finish. Doomsday, very deep charred brown matte. So you've seen all the swatches. You know I'm excited. I think I'm going to create a red eye look. I was just blown away by how the reds swatch. They swatch so beautifully. So I feel like I have to use the reds. I mean, I feel like I have to use all of these shades because this formula felt really, really nice. So I've been doing some makeup this year already, and I feel like 2025 has been off to a solid start when it comes to eyeshadow formulas. So excited to slap this on my eyes. Okay, so let me use my Dexter brush tooly thingamajiggies. I'm gonna grab all the eyeshadow brushes here, and I'm so excited. So we have like a blending brush, a flat brush, a kind of like a pencil brush, and then we have a smaller flat shader, and then an angle brush, which would look to be for maybe your liner if you wanted to do some liner. I'm trying to think of what I want to do. I definitely want to do something red, so I'm going to start off with the shade called Dokes. It's a really pretty mid-tone red shade, and I think I just want to put that all over the crease. I think you could honestly just do 2 eyeshadows and be done with this, but I actually really enjoy wearing red eyeshadow. I know it's not for everyone, but I personally feel like with my skin tone, it's so flattering, so I really enjoy wearing red eyeshadow. And it's kind of funny because I feel like this is definitely like the perfect collab, in my opinion, for spooky season. And since this didn't launch in October and it's launching closer to Valentine's Day, it kind of makes me chuckle, because even though it's kind of based off of a Unaliver, it's still like a really pretty color combo for Valentine's Day. So maybe it could be a weird gift that you could request for Valentine's from your Valentine, or if you are all about treating yourself, you could treat yourself to this collection for, you know, simply being awesome. But that blended so well. I was not surprised at all. Oh, I love a good red shade, so that looks amazing. I'm just gonna toot my own horn. And then I want my Sigma, where is a E25? Yep. Here we go. So I want to use a little bit of the shade Doomsday right here. It's the dark brown shade, and I'm going to put that on the outer part of my lid and crease. Honestly, the metallics in this palette swatch so nicely. I'm like so excited to play with them. So I'm gonna work on that later, but let's go ahead and pack on the shimmer. I really want to use the shade Tooth Fairy. It just swatched so well. It was so vibrant. So that's the shade I'm going to use on my lid today. So I'm just going to use the flat brush from the collection. This definitely feels like one of those formulas that if you give it a nice spray, it's going to foil on beautifully. So let's see if I was right about that. Oh yeah. Oh, this is so pretty. I swear it has like a duochrome shift to it, because I can see a major orangey shift. This is such a pretty palette, you guys. It definitely reminds me of the color story from the Wicked Widow and the Crow collab, but I feel like this palette has maybe a few less shades, and the formula doesn't feel as chunky as the Crow collection that Wicked Widow did. Not that it is better or worse than that, it's just something I'm trying to compare it to. But oh, that sparkle is out of this world. Oh, that's so pretty. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of like obsessed with how sparkly this is. And then I think I'm going to use the shade Trinity on the inner portion of the lid, and then for the outer portion I think I'm just going to take a little bit of the shade Deborah, which is the multi-chrome. It's so pigmented. It honestly picked up so much product on this brush. I'm just going to tap a little bit of it on the outer corner, because I just want an excuse to use it. Okay, so I'm quickly gonna line my waterline with the black eyeliner from Makeup by Mario. Okay, so before I can finish up the outer corner, I kind of want to start on the lower lash line. So I'm going to grab this little pencil brush. It's actually not that little. It's quite dense. I'm going to go into Trinity really quick before I get any other shades on this brush and get it all dirty. I'm going to pick up Trinity, give it a little spray, and I'm going to pop that on the inner portion of my eye look. That is so pretty. It's like a white and it's got some red like weaved into it like a drop of blood, you know? Love that for me. And then I'm gonna go into Dokes again and just run that on the lower lash line. Yeah, this is kind of a bigger dome shaped brush, so if you're expecting to get some more detail work with this brush, don't. But I'm also going to use it to run the shade Dokes on the crease just to build it up a little bit. After I'm done with this, I basically just get to hang out with my kids with this very over-the-top red eye look at home. It's kind of festive though, right? Okay, I'm going to take that same brush and go into Doomsday, and we're just gonna blend it. Oh, that is so pretty. I love how this is turning out. So that's a win in my opinion. So I need to throw on some mascara and some blush and stuff. So let me do that really quick so we can try this highlighter out. I'm honestly kind of nervous. I feel like it's more of a body highlighter, but we'll just attempt to put it on our face. So I was gonna put on my blush off camera, but I realized that I should use one of the face brushes. So this is the, I guess it doesn't say, but it looks like it would be a great brush for blush. So I'm reaching for the Fire Moon shade from House Labs. I was thinking I would do like a red, but I feel like it would be a little too much with all of the red on my eyes. So I thought Fire Moon's kind of a perfect neutral blush. I just talked about this actually as one of my favorites of 2024. So I'm excited. Hopefully you guys have seen that video. I just created a quick little video telling you guys about some of the standout products I tried in 2024, and this was one of them. Oh, that is such a good blush color, if I do say so myself. Okay, so I'm guessing this fan brush is what people would use for highlighter. Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. This highlighter is very highlighter-y. I don't even know if it's for your face. I feel like with the size, it could kind of go anywhere, but I'll just take a little bit and I'll put it on this fan brush and we'll just, there we go, gentle. It's cute. Gonna put a little bit on the brow bone. With this color story, I'd have preferred a more kind of like just a neutral highlighter, but I also kind of love that they were inspired by Luminol. Put a little on the nose too. Sorry, I'm just like checking myself out in the mirror. Oh my goodness. I don't like putting colorful highlighter in places that it wouldn't like naturally be, but for the sake of science. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna do for highlighter, so hopefully that looks good. Okay, so I think that's all I'm gonna do for highlighter. Hopefully that looks pretty good. I'm gonna line my lips really quick so we can try out one of the lip stains. Okay, so I used the Unearthly lip liner in the shade Villain to line my lips. It's their black lip liner, but since this is a lip stain, I thought it would be okay to just basically cover my entire lip with it. And I want to use the darker of the lip stains. This is the shade Dark Passenger, and I thought it would go really well with this look. I wanted to go with the more muted shade, and I really love this packaging. I feel like it totally suits the vibe of this collection. And I wiped the lip oil off my lips, and it was crazy because my lips are still hydrated and felt really nice after I took the lip oil off to apply the lip stain. So just wanted to comment that I feel like the lip oils are actually really hydrating. I feel like sometimes lip oils get used as like a buzzword and they're basically a glorified gloss. So this one actually did do its job and hydrated my lips. So I'm very excited about the formula. I think the packaging is amazing for these. And I'm just waiting for this stain to dry so I can go in with another layer. I'm a little bit bummed because it looks like the lip liner kind of separated. So some parts of my lip look a little darker than other parts, but we'll figure that out as we go along. So I'll just apply another layer, do something with this hair, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. You guys, I should have invested in some really cool knife earrings. I should have thought ahead and bought some cool earrings to go with this look, but I decided that these kind of cheesy tassel earrings look like my ears are bleeding or like blood, so just roll with me on the fantasy, okay? So this is how the look turned out. You guys will definitely have to let me know what your thoughts are on this eye look. Oh, for my foundation today, I'm wearing the LYS Skin Tint. This is in the shade TN6, and I'm wearing the L'Oreal True Match Concealer. Love these two products so much. They were also in my 2024 favorites, so I decided to go ahead and use those together. I'm also wearing the Makeup by Mario powder. Been really enjoying that. And then for bronzer today, I used the Chanel Cream Bronzer, which I just want to try and use up a little bit more, and the Charlotte Tilbury powder bronzer. So those are the 4 products that I had on my face before I started filming. Okay, so now let's chat about the products I did get to try out from the Dexter and Lethal collection. I don't have the nail polishes, of course, so I can't touch on those, but let's start off with the brushes. Now, I think this is so nice. I love this case. It's not too clunky, but you can definitely use this to transport your brushes. I love a brush set because I feel like I don't have to think about what to include when I'm packing and stuff. So very happy to have this brush set. I love the attention to detail, love the little logo here, and the brushes feel really nice. I do have the brush set that Lethal came out with a while ago. They sent it to me in PR back in the day, and I think this is a similar vibe. It's just that they changed up the packaging. So overall, it feels really well made. There's a little grippy here for your finger if you want to use it that way. Everything I tried out today, I'm really happy with as far as the brushes go. I have not washed these yet, so can't talk about that, but I'll definitely be washing them, I'm sure, in the future because I plan on using them all the time. My kind of least favorite thing of this collection is the liquid highlighter. I think I'm just confused of whether this is a body highlighter or a face highlighter. I think if this was meant for the face, it would have made sense to package it kind of like the lip oils in a tube form, just because it's a little less clunkier and you're not going to waste product by pumping out a full pump to just highlight your face a little bit. I think this might be a beautiful highlighter if you're into kind of highlighting your décolleté and stuff. Obviously, I just have a t-shirt on today, so I wasn't going to do that, but it definitely is a very sparkly. So if you're planning on hitting up some music festivals and you just want something to go along with you, it did work nicely. I think it blended out really well. And yeah, I would be really interested in trying a liquid highlighter in a kind of more champagne-y tone, something that I prefer to wear more every day. And so maybe that's coming in the future. Maybe I'll just put it out there and see what happens. Okay, next I want to talk about the lip products in this collection. Let's start off with the lip oils. I do feel like not all lip oils are created equally. Sometimes they're just glorified glosses in my opinion. But this one, the shade I tried, Ooh, Aconite is very hydrating, super lovely shade. I was a little bit intimidated because it's so dark. It, I think, is a black, basically how they described it, but you saw it on my lips when I started off the video. It looks so beautiful, so flattering. So very happy with this lip oil, and I cannot wait to try this one on my lips. I think it's going to be so, so beautiful, and they did such a good job with this. I love this packaging. It feels so nice on my hands. I like that they didn't do a chunky tube with this. I like that they went with like the test tube, evidence collection kind of vibe. I think it really goes with the whole vibe of the collab. And then the lip stains, of course, this is just my first time wearing it, so I don't have too much to say. This looks so cool. There's like bubbles in it. It looks to me like something that would belong in a evidence lab, so really loving the vibes of this. I think they picked two really good shades, and it goes really well with the theme and colors of this collaboration. So really enjoyed the lip products I tried from this collection so far. Last but certainly not least, of course, we have to chat about the Dexter palette. Now, I will say, as somebody that's really not into collecting very chunky packaging, I think that it might deter some of you, but if you are into kind of collecting more interesting, kind of kooky palettes, you might really love this. I also think you can take this out of here. I'm not going to attempt to do that, but you can, I think, get this out of here because it looks like I could maybe get the mirror out. I'm not going to try digging into it, but I think you could probably depot this. I wouldn't though, because I think this is just so cool. And my gosh, they did such a great job with the formula of this palette. I feel like I've seen a shift in Lethal's formula, especially their last few palettes, like the Spellcraft palette had an amazing matte and shimmer formula, and I feel like it carried over to the Dexter palette as well. The mattes were so easy to use. I mean, I'm wearing one red shade all over my eye, and it blended beautifully. It was opaque. I have talked about how much I love to blend my eyeshadow, and I think this one was really nice and easy to blend, so super happy about that. The metallics were so easy to swipe on. They foiled so beautifully. Sometimes I feel like you have to go back and forth to build up the sparkle. This one was just like instant sparkle, so beautiful. So I can't wait to see more color stories with this formula from Lethal, because I feel like especially the last two, this palette and the Spellcraft, were more of those moody palettes. So I would love to see some of their more fun color stories either come back, like if they redo the formulas in those palettes, or if they just create new color stories. I'm so here for it. So that's very exciting. But overall, this palette is so beautiful. Love the price point. And yeah, I just can't wait for you guys to experience this palette as well. So those are all my thoughts on the new Lethal and Dexter collab. This is a first impression, so just keep that in mind. I just wanted to give you guys as much information as I could before the launch in case you guys are considering picking this palette up. I also want to say this collection was gifted to me from Lethal Cosmetics with no obligation to post or anything. I don't have a code with them, but I think there might be other creators that have codes. So if you want to save some money, definitely use a code, because who doesn't love to save money? So I think that's everything. I don't know exactly when this collection is launching, but I will put as many details as I can in the description box. I'll definitely post on my community tab when this collection launches as well, so you don't miss out. I think this is gonna have the potential to sell out. They had a very successful collaboration last year with Avatar: The Last Airbender, so I have no clue about that franchise, but Dexter, I feel like I watched the show, so I'm sure a lot of Dexter fans will be dying to get their hands on this. If there's any questions that I didn't cover in this video, definitely let me know down in the comments. I'll do my best to get back to you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of the eye look. And if you have a little bit more time, hang out with me because YouTube should be popping up some videos for you guys to check out. But if this is all the time we have together today, I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in another video very, very soon. Bye, friends!